Hey Sag, it's Ryan with Arrows of Love. Welcome back. Casey's making a little visit today. He wants to eat, to be quite honest. So, okay, he's doing something else now. Anyway, so welcome back, Sag. Today we're going to do your August 2021 Love Tarot reading. As always, we start with the astrology in the sky, but a little business first. If you like these videos and would like to see more of them, please click the like button and subscribe. It helps the channel and it's very much appreciated for me, and you get to see more of my smiling face. So, Sag, astrology. We have Venus and Uranus making a trine to one another in the sky. Basically now it is separating, but this energy will be with us for the next couple of days. So what does Venus and Uranus produce? Sudden infatuations, people coming out of the woodwork that you would normally not be attracted to, that you could just have a wild fling with. So Uranus can be this wild, rebellious energy. Venus is this planet of love, romance, attraction, sexuality. So you can see how these two go together. All of a sudden, someone just kind of shows up. It could be foreign people, foreign lands, people from out of state, foreign country, and you would have this sudden attraction to them. And this is happening in your 10th and 6th house. So Venus is sitting over in Virgo right now. That is your 10th house of careers, outward appearance. And then Uranus is sitting in Taurus, which is your 6th house at 6 signs past Sagittarius. And this also has to do with work, but also has to do with health. It can be a little bit depressing at times too. The 6th house is known as a house of misfortune, oppression, bondage, and slavery. So if you want to take this to a sexual context, you can draw conclusions where you see fit, and you might be kind of into that, Sag. So anyway, this has to do with work. So maybe someone comes out of the woodwork at work and you have this sudden infatuation with these people. With Casey sees a squirrel outside. We might hear from him again. Anyway, so just be on the lookout for sudden infatuations, switching things up in the bedroom. It has to do with like this liberation, freedom quality, a little bit of rebellion, trying things out of the box, electric moments. Uranus rules electricity. So if you want to go to, spice things up in the bedroom, maybe take a trip to one of your local stores and try something new, if you get my drift. So just a little insight there. We also have Mercury and the Sun are going to be meeting up in a square to Uranus, and they're sitting over in Leo. We are in Leo season right now, and that is your 9th house. And this is another fire sign, so this is making a whole sign trine, 120-degree aspect over to you, Sag, if your Sun, Moon, Venus, rising sign is sitting over in Sag. So that's really good overall. The 9th house is a house of faith, hope, morality. It has to do with your higher ideals, your beliefs, gurus, mentors, higher education, long distance travel. So again, there's this element here of things coming out of left field that could really kind of sweep you away in an instant flirtation of some type. So I really like this energy because we're in the middle of summer, at least in the northern hemisphere, and it's time for people to get out, even though Delta variant is raging through the United States right now, so let's enjoy it while we can. Fingers crossed on all of that. I'm not going to opine on any of that, but there is this energy right now of like instant attraction. But the Mercury-Uranus aspect, and Mercury is sitting over in Leo in your 9th house of higher ideals and beliefs. Mercury is this planet of thinking, writing, communication, travel, technology, and then Uranus is this rebellious, freedom, independent type energy that comes in. So it's wanting to break free of old thinking patterns, old habits of belief, just realizing that maybe a belief of yours is no longer serving you. But this could also be sudden communication, sudden breakthroughs, sudden announcements, because it is communication, and it's Uranus is this planet of shock and awe sometimes, so it can just come out of the blue. So maybe you hear from someone who knows. We'll see what the cards have to say, but these are all possibilities for you. And then the Sun has more to do with spirituality, the ideal of the human form and where things are going. So it has a lot to do with ideals right now, and what it is you believe in. And Sag, you kind of had a rough first half of the year with all those eclipses. and then Mercury retrograding through your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. So it's been probably a little turbulent, to say the least, for you, but now it's time to kind of reassess the beliefs. Is everything aligning to where it is you're going and where the universe is pulling you right now? So you have to start thinking about those things as they start coming up, because there could be some sudden breakthroughs here, sudden communication. Sometimes this also points to mental tension and stress too. I think Leo actually had one card in their reading that kind of pointed to that, and they're very much in the mix of all of this because we're in Leo season, but I want to point that out too. Sometimes it creates a little bit of mental tension. So that's what's happening in the sky, but look out for people coming out of nowhere, that out of the box, people you would not normally be attracted to, that you could have a sudden infatuation with. So it's kind of fun energy overall. So we'll see where this all goes. We are going to do your love tarot reading for August. I was shuffling before I got on here, but I always like to shuffle for you guys on camera as well. These messages won't resonate with all of you. This is a general reading after all. If you're looking for a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Take the messages that resonate with you, leave the rest. Be sure to check out your Sun, Ascendant, and Moon and Venus signs. If it's not Sagittarius, sometimes those readings will resonate more with you depending on what's happening in your natal chart. So let's see what's happening for you, Sag. I want to also mention that over the weekend, last weekend, we went through an opposition between the Sun and Saturn, and that only happens once a year. And this can be a little oppressive at times. It can feel oppressive, depressing, reality checks of some type. And we went through Venus and Mars going through this opposition over to Saturn as well. So if you're reviewing themes from the last few weeks that have come up, it's the same thing coming up again, but there's a little bit of a different energy to this. I think there's more of finality, or just letting things go, coming to grips with whatever has come up. And I think I mentioned this last time. I got into a fender bender when Mars was going through this opposition to Saturn and squaring over to Uranus. So right now I'm getting my car fixed. This is happening in my 2nd house of assets, possessions, income, cash, and then my 8th house of lump sums, insurance. So you can see how this always plays out differently, but now I'm finally getting it fixed. So it's kind of like, okay, let's just wrap this up. I'm sick and tired of dealing with this. I want the car fixed. So you can kind of see how this plays out for everyone. And then on Monday, I don't know, I woke up and I'm like, I'm tired of paying this student loan bill, so I just paid it off. So again, this has to do with my income, lump sums, debts. That 8th house has to do with debt. So you can just see how it plays out for me. I'm a Cancer rising, so it'll be a little bit different for you. But this has a lot to do with that 9th house of the higher mind, education, higher education, your ideals, your beliefs, morality, making sure that those are aligned. And then with Venus and Uranus in the mix, that has a lot to do with work and possibly people coming out of the woodwork in work with sudden infatuations. The 6th house is also can be your immediate environment, because it has to do with mundane affairs, your routine. So maybe you're at the grocery store, or you're in line at the coffee shop, and you just start talking to someone, and you have a really great conversation, and you end up having a date, and the date ends up somewhere else. That is not unlike Venus-Uranus. So keep an open mind, Sag. If you're partnered up, like I said, maybe it's time to spice up the romance life. We shall see. All right, so 6 cards from the tarot, 1 card from the angels for your advice. First card out is going to be the general energies of the reading. It's at the heart of the reading. Let's see what's going on with you, Sag. Knight of Wands. So I'm not surprised to see this. This is kind of the wounded warrior, feeling a little stuck, not sure what to do next. You have your walls up, barriers are up. This is usually preceded by some type of, not trauma, but maybe a traumatic moment that really kind of left you down in the dumps. So this does have sometimes this feeling of oppression and depression. So that's that Sun Saturn coming through over the weekend. So maybe you're just like, I don't really know what to do right now. I'm just gonna sit here, kind of not ruminate, but just take stock, heal yourself. But right now you got your walls up, or this person's got their walls up. But we'll see how this all plays out. The next card out is going to be the immediate environment. This is what is crossing you, Three of Cups. Okay, so this could go one of two ways. So the Three of Cups is a celebration card. This is people coming together. You know, for some of you, this is a wedding. I'm getting wedding for some of you. But, you know, this is where maybe you were trying to get things going. You want to have all the happy feels. You want to have the celebration. You want to have your wine cup overfloweth, like things like that, right? Other times, and we'll get more to this depending on what happens in the reading, this can point to triangles in love, third-party situations. So, but we'll see. Right now your walls are up. Maybe you suspect that someone else is like dating or seeing someone else. I don't know. We'll see though what the other cards have to say. This is destiny. This is where things are going. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so you could have left a situation where you found out there was perhaps triangles in love. This is definitely you cutting off communication. This is not speaking to the other person. This is leaving someone out in the cold. There's no communication with this card. It's a little bit of a dark night of the soul. And you're trying to heal yourself with this guy. Like I said, he's a little bit of the wounded warrior right now. So if you're trying to heal yourself, I say, I always advise that write it out. I think it's the best form of healing. Write it out in excruciating detail, and then tear it out of your journal, rip it up, and then torch it in something that can be burned, because you're releasing it physically, spiritually, mentally. And sometimes that's what you got to go through. It's one of, in my opinion, one of the most effective means of letting a situation go. So if you're feeling a little bit of this dark night of the soul, feeling left out in the cold, perhaps you left someone out in the cold because you found out about a situation, you know, then it's time for you to take stock for yourself. Are your values and your beliefs and your ideals aligned with what it is you're attracting? And that has a lot to do with that ninth house communication. And there could be some brilliant ideas coming through because Uranus is this breakthrough energy. There also be shocking moments too, shocking announcements of some type. So I don't like seeing this card. We might clarify to see where this goes at the very end, depending on what other cards are happening here. But right now, there's no communication. You've cut them off. You've blocked them. You don't want to talk to them right now. So this is distant past. Yeah, your intuition was in high gear. You could have been dealing with the Pisces here. This is the Pisces card. But I think here your intuition served you right. You saw the situation exactly for what it was. There could have been some even deception in the air that you caught, and you're just like, I'm done with this. So you have to listen to that intuition. Your intuition always serves you right. The High Priestess is this card of the higher mind. It's listening to what your gut is saying here, Sag. So in this situation, your gut's serving you right. You're on the right track here, so don't doubt yourself if there's any doubt about what the situation was about. This is the recent past. This is the foundation, King of Pentacles. So this could have been the character you were dealing with. This is also the Taurus card. That's where Uranus is sitting right now. And this guy, you know, typically speaking, you know, he wants something that's steady, methodical, built on a steady foundation. But this guy is also super stubborn, and he doesn't move very fast. And Sag, you tend to want excitement. You want the adventure of love. This guy, not so much. He wants things to be very predictable, very one-dimensional, so to speak, and he doesn't want to make any sudden moves. So this energy is conflicting with you overall if this is the character that you're dealing with. For some of you, it's the reassessment of the foundation that you are building your relationships going forward. The King of Pentacles wants something steady, methodical. You know, there's got to be an element of fun here too for you, Sag, because you are a fire sign and you have that fire and that passion. It needs to be released in some way, shape, or form. But you also have to have something that you can rest your laurels on at the end of the day, knowing, hey, this person's going to be there with me when I come home. I'm not wondering where they're at all hours of the night. They're not responding to my text messages. They have these lame-ass excuses when I don't hear from them for a while. Things like that. that's not serving you in any way, shape, or form. So you want something that is predictable, but something that's also adventurous and fun. So this is, not always the easiest card for you because it kind of conflicts with what it is your soul needs. But at the same time, you need predictability and stability in your life so you can go out and do all these amazing things and show the world what it is you're made of, Sag. So we'll see. This is the outcome. This is where things are going. Yeah, so I'm going to clarify this for you at the end. So this is the Hanged Man. This is still you being stuck. This is feeling like you're in suspense. You're not sure where things are going. Maybe you're hoping to hear from this person again. Maybe you're thinking, do I reach out to this person again if things have been broken off? Maybe they're telling you all the right things and you're not really sure if this is actually legit. You got to listen to your intuition. At the end of the day, this is where you need to go. What is your gut telling you? Is this person on the up and up? Is this worth your time? Does this match your values? This also has a lot to do with values and beliefs. Are they aligned? Casey. He's being tormented by the squirrels outside. So he's got his low growl right now. He's so scary. Anyway, so going back to the reading, sorry about that. The Hanged Man. So this is you being in suspense. This is you not really sure what to do next. We're going to clarify this. Please clarify the Hanged Man so it's communication. The Page of Wands, in this case, I think you're going to get some quick communication, likely. Could come out like, a 3 a.m. text, someone appearing out of nowhere. Like I said, that Mercury-Uranus aspect has these sudden announcements, and they can be a little shocking at times. So what I think is going to happen here is you're going to hear from them or vice versa. You might even decide to reach out. But I'd caution you here because sometimes this guy, Wands energy again, you're not always going to get the results that you want. So I think you just have to take a step back here. You have to do some healing. You have to do some releasing. You have to listen to your intuition about the situation here. And you got to assess values and making sure they're aligned. That's what the King is all about, especially the King of Pentacles. If they do hear from them, I think they're wanting something in particular. Notice that the Page is holding the rod. Okay, like you can draw the connotations here about what it is they want. So if it's just someone to warm their bed for the night, keep that in mind because maybe that's not what you're looking for. If it is what you're looking for, you might get disappointed. It's not going to be what it is you hope it is. They're not looking for you to stay. Again, it's kind of these fleeting moments. And I still think with this Venus-Uranus energy, again, it's like sudden infatuations coming in. Someone might get swept away here. They don't even realize it. They're kind of getting grabbed by the planets, so to speak. So be on the lookout for that type of energy as well on the other side, because that can play out. I'm not saying that it is, but with the Three of Cups, triangles in love. I mean, that's really what this reading is about. And do you really want to put yourself through that? So you need to decide. Are you going to have this communication or are you going to respond to it, Sag? I'm not so sure you're going to want to do that. Let's pull a card from the angels to see. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Yeah, so this situation is toxic. I mean, I'm just going to say it. It's not one that aligns with you. Breadcrumbing. You need some healing. There's some type of triangle going on here. They're leaving you out in the cold. They're not texting you back, or you're getting texted at all crazy hours of the night. And you're like, what the heck is this all about? Do you really want to go through that? I think you got to free the unicorn. It's the unicorn that is being caged up. No one puts baby in a corner. It's time to free yourself, Sag. Let go of this situation. Things have been feeling oppressive, depressive. It's time for liberation and freedom. That's what this Uranus energy is all about. That's what I talked about at the beginning of this video. It's time to break free of old patterns of love. Let it go. It's just not worth it here. Hope you enjoyed the reading. Let me know if it's resonating with you, Sag. We'll talk to you later this month. Take care.